Open back headphones, I think this one must be discussed with you. First, let me tell you that its current price is 1,999 yuan, which is definitely not cheap. I've used it for about a week, and its pros and cons are very obvious. It can definitely be considered a low T0 level existence in the OWS category. Let me introduce its appearance. It has a black and orange color scheme. The entire headphone case is relatively large, but not thick, weighing 98 grams. It feels a bit bulky in the pocket, so it's recommended to carry it in a bag when going out. The earphone cavity is not small, as it houses a 16.2mm dynamic driver, which is a high-end OWS configuration. You can see that the battery section is also quite large, with a single earbud offering 8 hours of battery life, and up to 35 hours with the charging case, which is sufficient. This brings up a point of criticism. Who can wear it for 8 hours straight? Of course, it might be because of ear issues, but I can't handle wearing it for more than an hour. Are there any friends who have bought these headphones? How do you find the wearing experience? Now, as usual, let's continue with the description of the frequency response curve. From the data in the graph, it appears that before 10 kHz, the headphones have good frequency response consistency. After 10 kHz, it's likely affected by the angle between the headphone's sound outlet and the simulated ear canal when worn with this type of rotating axis ear hook. The overall trend of the 3-frequency curve is relatively smooth, with a moderate and even distribution of data. However, there is a noticeable attenuation in the low-frequency data between the 20 to 70 range. By using a high-pass filter for processing, the general tuning direction is to reduce the data volume in this range and weaken the booming echo sound. This means there is less perceived harmonic resonance, which reduces the impact on the layering and clarity of vocals and instruments. Subsequently, a peak filter dynamic range compensation is applied to the 80 to 90 Hz range. This is a type of basic algorithmic sound effect processing. This method can compensate for the deficiencies in the low-frequency part, adding some sense of atmosphere, while also allowing the low-frequency components and sense of strength to be released. Subsequently, the mid-frequency curve shows an upward trend, which subjectively allows the richness and fullness of vocals and instruments to be well presented. The high-frequency data is also quite good, with the 3 kHz range data combined with a reduction in the 5 kHz range, which increases brightness while suppressing sibilance and sharpness. Subjectively, the brightness and clarity should be well presented. After 10 cards, the data distribution highlights the frequency bandwidth extension, which is excellent in an open setting. The details of high-frequency instruments and the sense of space will subjectively perform well. Under the condition where the headphones are reduced by 10 dB from the maximum volume, which is approximately at the volume level of 11 or 12, the open back headphones leakage test is affected by the signal-to-noise ratio of the test chain and the environment. The total harmonic distortion before 50 Hz will be relatively high, which is normal. From the distortion curve, it can also be seen that there is gain effect compensation in the 80 Hz range, which is why the distortion curve shows a sudden increase. Looking beyond 20,000 Hz, having distortion below 3% is not an issue, as long as the distortion in the low-frequency part does not subjectively cause noise or abnormal sounds. It is generally controlled by a limiter to prevent signal overflow. For the brand, such issues are unlikely to occur, so there's no need to elaborate further on this part. The sound quality is definitely the highlight. Everyone has listened to it. How do you feel? Did it exceed your expectations? As the frequency response curve shows, my most direct impression is that the sound is full, rich, and distinct, with a large soundstage. The mid-range vocals have high density, clear articulation, and the low frequencies have presence, though not very deep. The trebles separation and frequency extension are arguably the best among open-back headphones. However, I personally can't wear it for too long. The headphone arms make it uncomfortable for me. But in terms of sound quality, in my opinion, it represents the pinnacle of open-back headphones. If your budget allows and you need a pair of headphones with great sound quality that are also open back, then this is the one. Wearing comfort is very subjective, so I recommend everyone to try it out. See you in the next video, don't miss it, bye bye.